Hey all, hope you're well. So I wanted to discuss Udio, and this platform dropped just over a week ago now, and it was on another level compared to its competitors. It's a AI music generator, and the results that I was getting out of this was just astonishing. A lot of people didn't get the same results. A lot of people said it's a load of rubbish. I'm never going to use it again. And don't get me wrong, it takes an awful lot of effort sometimes to get exactly what you want. It only generates 30 seconds at a time, and you have to sometimes do the lyrics. Sometimes when you tick instrumental, it doesn't do instrumental, so it just talks a load of garbage. But what was very concerning for me was some of the vocals that I was getting out of this thing sounded very familiar. So this was reported on a few people. Think My Music raised that he had come across Eminem and quite a few rap DJs and producers on the Udio platform, and it's like, well, how's that happened? And some people will take this with a pinch of salt. Other people will take it really seriously, particularly those people that make money out of the music industry and are in the music industry for like sync licensing, for being a reputable artist. They're going to hate this platform because it's now been rumored that this platform has just scraped all of the music off various platforms. And originally, we didn't have much hardcore evidence, but yesterday, Weaver Beats did a quick video about Udio and the fact that Twitter had actually found something. So I'm going to play this now.
What is going on today, guys? Today we're going to be talking about Udio and how it seems like they have been stealing music in order to create music.
And this kind of makes sense because it was so good. The results are so good to the point that I have actually put some music out on YouTube because I've been so impressed, and it has inspired me so much to get back into producing music again. But there is a caveat to this as well, because it can have a detrimental effect if you are a music producer and all of a sudden, if this is throwing out better results, what is the point of you making music?
For those of you that don't know, Udio is a website that lets you generate music. You basically just type in a prompt, it generates music. It should scream that this is a...
That's not strictly true. It is true, but if you want decent music, you're going to have to amend it. You're going to have to change it. For example, I've done a video on Ripex, which is an amazing digital audio workstations for like AI music, where you can actually change and delete certain vocal words and that kind of thing. It's amazing. So check out the other video if you're interested. But yeah, you can do that. It can generate music on just one word. But yeah, being credible is another question.
AI website just based on all this artwork, obviously. As you can see here, you type in a prompt, it makes a song, and it has great songs on it, such as I Just Bust a Nut in My Pants. In fact, we're gonna have to take a listen to that really quickly.
It's quite amusing, the fact people are doing this stuff on here.
A Motown R&B soul song about busting a nut in your pants. Look no further, you can find great music on here such as that. It has a bunch of tags and
well, let me get to the chase on this.
Off of copyrighted music, and it turns out we have proof that is what is going on. So we're going to take a look at that now. So I found this from a person named Ezra on Twitter. It says, I have a feeling we need a lawsuit or something. As you can see here, this is the Blade Ice Dancer album on rateyourmusic.com.
Now, I'm not familiar with Bladey and those kind of more rap R&B artists, but what he's referring to is ratemymusic.com. Now, I hadn't actually come across this site before, but it's like a massive catalogue of music, and it just shows some of the statistics on here. And people are saying that Udio used Rate Your Music to actually create the algorithm for the AI, which is why it's so good, because it's scraped off music that's in the charts and everything, which makes sense. But proving it is obviously another thing.
There's a bunch of tags and descriptors listed here. And I wonder how those could be used. There's absolutely no way that this is something that Udio is using to figure out what to create. What happens when you take those same tags and then you put it into Udio?
Copy, paste.
So as you can see there, he just copy and pasted the exact same tags.
Now, they have turned manual mode off, interestingly, because this is it's a bit of a cheat, really, way to prove that this platform has scraped copyrighted music.
Generated the songs. It takes at least a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. So obviously fast forwarded it. That's weird. That's literally Blade's voice.
So to say it's coincidental is going to be very debatable, because the fact that you've got the same vocals from those tags on that website does basically mean the potential that Udio has done this. So
Feel the frost as my heart takes flight. Loves the game and the neon glow.
now, the song itself is not going to be from that artist. There might be a chance that it is inspired by that artist and it's ripped all of the music and redecoded it into its own. But from my point of view, I think it's taking music on a much bigger scale. You know, if you think about the database about AI music now, of this algorithm, the database on this algorithm, can you imagine how extensive it will be? So it is an argument to say whether it's just honing in on one particular artist. Just because the vocal is doesn't necessarily mean that the song is, and that's what I personally think.
Ice in my veins, it's a
Those are two songs there that are literally Blade's voice. I'm guessing they did not get any sort of clearance for training the AI
No, I'm suspecting that they didn't get any clearance either.
via Blade's voice. Now, this should obviously have you wondering, are all these voices on here literally just copyrighted music? Just taking the voice of someone else and then...
And this is my concern, right? Is that if that is what's happened with this platform, that makes complete sense why it's so damn good. The problem is copyright's here for a reason, and it's very concerning that this is as good as it's going to get. If you've been a sub of this channel for some time, you know that I've featured an awful lot of AI music platforms through the past year. And I've always said, this is the worst it's going to get, guys, because they'll bring out the new versions, etc. Now, if they have taken all of the music that's commercial, where can it go apart from improved functionality? The algorithm isn't going to get any better, I don't think. Apart from negative and positive ticks and that kind of thing, it could learn and get better, I suspect. But you've thrown at it the best stuff.
in making new music with their voice? Yes, the answer is yes. Now we can double check that this is real music on Udio. We can search it because obviously the first thing we should do is verify the claims here. And they fucking deleted it. Udio is currently shredding all the evidence. They shut down manual mode temporarily after this information was spread around.
So this is concerning because evidence, when that's removed from the platform, that could pose a big issue for artists, and it'll just cause a lot of problems, I think.
Manual mode allows you to directly prompt like what was shown in this video without it rewriting or altering the prompt in any way, giving you much more control over what you want to steal. Sorry, make. But there are even more people showing the exact same thing in this thread here. So we're going to take a look at that. And in this instance here, it gave someone a Young Lean song, or it did before it is no longer available. You got a screen cap of it here.
So it does appear to be that the company is, which have just got a fortune in funding, by the way, and they've had so many reputable artists say that they're backing it. Shouldn't they have done their research first? Seriously?
These beats, they lift me up. Got the vibe now.
So I have a Young Lean shirt. I am an authoritative speaker on this, and that is Young Lean's voice, 1-to-1 for sure.
I feel the rush. In the clouds, my mind's a flutter.
The problem that I'm having with this platform is that I love it. I absolutely love it. As I say, the results that I've got from this is amazing. The musical score, the vocal quality, the arrangement has been absolutely amazing. So I could understand if there's a bunch of lawsuits that they'll try and take this platform down. It's a catch-22 situation, because as a musician, if my music was scraped off the internet without my permission and I wasn't getting royalties from that, that's not fair, is it? But look, I can create the best music in the world. This is the argument with AI.
It even sounds a bit tone deaf and like Young Lean does. This is just theft. This is just theft. Okay, another person did the same thing here.
Yeah, when the vocals are so recognizable, it can decredit the song, even though the song could be amazing. Now, from my point of view, I've used a different alias and I've been releasing it on YouTube, and I'm so proud of the tracks. But I think because I've intervened in the tracks, I've made them my own. I've put my own stamp on it, and that's something that Sync My Music basically said is that if you are feeling discouraged as a musician about AI music, at the end of the day, you are the USP. The AI music platforms are not going to match up to what you can create because you are unique. And that is really important to stress. So, plus people will only care about music that is made by people. When there's, say, a song that somebody likes, they'll research the band, and then if they find out that it's made with AI, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's not great. That's my initial thought. And also Sync My Music on YouTube as well. Make sure you subscribe to Weaver Beats and Sync My Music, because they are great channels. But it's true, you have to realize your potential and your USP. You give off your own energy that AI music cannot do. Yes, it can take your music. Yes, it can produce an amazing track, but it won't be a track that you would have created. And that's the difference.
I mean, these are actually pretty good Blade songs, if I'm being honest.
All these thoughts, they drown the sound. Caught in storms, yeah, I'm lost now.
The other concerning thing is that this platform is free. You get so many free credits, and it did make me wonder, why is it free? It's getting to the stage now where non-musicians are creating amazing music, and that has its own threat to musicians as well. I can see why people have fors and against with this technology.
All right, we have one here that's literally Future.
That memory, yeah, they ride on my skin. Fully charged perpetually, yeah.
See, I don't
That's
know.
Future's voice if I've ever heard it before. And obviously there's more examples here. There's another one except with Yeezus.
But Weaver's
There's quite a few
confirming
people
it.
saying, wow, AI can do all this. It's so over. Yeah, AI can do crazy things if you literally feed it the exact vocal that it needs to copy. So yes,
And that's what I've been saying. I just think the technology over the last week has probably progressed 2-3 years. And the reason why is because of this platform, and the reason why it's using commercially owned copyrighted material potentially. If I'm wrong, I would love to be proved wrong on this, but there's so many people now saying it, and the fact that I've had very similar results.
this is very there are lawsuits happening already, and there's going to be even more lawsuits. Universal Music sues AI company. It seems to be scraping songs off the internet based off of tags that you put, and then it takes those tags and finds songs with those tags. Now AI,
Again, I debate that it's finding it's finding in the background, but then it's producing different results apart from the vocals, and that's what I'm finding tricky.
it can be a good thing. It can be
Like the music that I generate off the platform, I've never heard in my life, and I'm huge fans of those vocalists. So actually, I don't believe that it's just putting out a track that's being copied. I believe that it's writing its own track based on the inspiration that it's got.
Be great for doing the menial tasks that we ourselves do not want to do. It could save us time, but this sort of thing is obviously
Saving us time is huge, and that is something that I've found is that I've nearly done a full album in just over a week, because there's been so much work that's been done for me, and then I can take it and put my own stamp on it. There's been times that I've done my own lyrics, or I've been inspired by the verse, and then I've done the chorus and the second verse and the bridge, and then changed the arrangement. But this is what I'm finding is it does save us so much time, and it's the inspiration is huge. There is a alternative, which is using a tool like Hits.ai to actually change the vocals into a more generic singer or a preset singer that's copyright free. So that is something that some artists are doing, and I've actually done that on one of my tracks because I didn't want to release a track with a famous vocalist on there. So it's something to bear in mind if you do want to use this platform. But what I would say is just be really careful about releasing this stuff on Spotify if it's got famous vocals. Just be prepared that you need to take this material down if you are releasing it. And that's why I've just put it out on YouTube.
too far. It is just stealing creativity. It is copying it. It's not good. I personally think it's a matter of time before there are laws covering this sort of thing and making it copyright infringement in order to essentially just steal.
They're saying that there is a law coming into America whereby any AI platform has to announce exactly where they got their data set from, where they got their information from, where they got their material from. The problem with that is that there's a huge delay. It's taking so long in like Congress to materialize, and the bill's apparently there, but it's got to be approved and everything. And how long is that going to take? What happens to existing platforms that have already done this? Do they then have to do it, or is it just going to be for new ones? So time will tell on how the story progresses, and as always, I'll always feature it on this channel.
An artist's style based on tags, etc. It explains why people have been raving about Suno and Udio. They are the best AI tools for generating music, but that's because it's literally stealing music in order to generate it. Now, obviously, we need to get this information out to more people, so feel free to share it to your friends, share it around social media, whatever. We need to talk about this. We need to get more people talking about this.
We do need to discuss this. It's very important.
It's morally wrong. It's bad for music. It's bad for creativity. Nothing wrong with legally training AI to do this sort of thing, but to unethically steal music and copy people's styles in order to generate music that sounds like them for free, it's not good.
And the concern that I've got is that if these platforms are doing this, and I'm not saying that they definitely are, I just don't know, but I'm just obviously doing a video about this. How many more are going to pop up that are going to do exactly the same thing? This is becoming like the Napster territory. It's it is becoming like the new revolution of like the Napster era, and I'm excited about it, but at the same token, I am concerned about it as well as a musician.
Good. It's just not good. It's going to bring down the quality of music overall. It's going to bring down the value of music overall. It's a bad.
The value of music has been something that's been a huge issue for a long time since streaming has come out. However, I do agree with Weaver. It's going to even more devalue. I'm not a huge successful musician, so from my point of view, I can use it for promotion. I can use it for my brand, and that's what music business is more about. But it is devaluing producing, composing, lyrics. The list goes on.
Bad thing. I'd appreciate if you press the like button on this video, subscribe if you're new here.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the Rate My Music thing was really interesting. Now, I did try it yesterday, so I went to, I think it was Charts, and then I'd take like the tags and put it in. And for me, I couldn't get the same vocals, which was quite interesting. So time will tell, I guess. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd be very interested to know, the musicians on this channel. What do you think about Suno and Udio? Do you think that's what they're doing? Do you agree with this? Do you think these sites should be taken down for the protection of artists' worth? And there's a lot of people, including Sync My Music, that is so annoyed with this because they make a living off the music industry, and it's going to affect them so much because all of a sudden companies are just going to use platforms like this to generate music. They're not going to want licensing anymore, potentially. They're just going to go onto here and type in a couple of words and get a song that would have taken months to produce. And it's becoming a generation that everything's at our fingertips for free, but that's not always a good thing. You look at streaming, how it has devalued music. It's such a shame in a way, and it does make me think that this is just taking it further away from what music should be worth. I really do value music. If there's a song I like from a musician, I will check every single song that artist has done, and I will rate it, and I'll star it out of 5 every single track, and the best ones I add to my playlist. This is a completely different kettle of fish. So let me know what you think in the comments. I am really interested to get people's opinion on here, so please engage with this video. And as I say, please get the word out there. And thanks to Weaver Beats and thanks to Sync My Music for your support as always. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.